friends, thanks for tuning in and welcome to another vlog. Today is a very special day for me because I am going to be visiting one of the 7 wonders of the world. I'm going to Petra today. So I'm here in Jordan, and over the next 2 days I'm going to be visiting Petra, and then I'm going to be staying a night in the desert tonight in Wadi Rum. So come along with me. My first task of the day was to cross the border into Jordan. I'd booked a tour for my adventures over the next 2 days, so I was picked up from my hostel in Eilat and helped across the border into the Jordanian town of Aqaba. We then cruised through the desert to our first stop, Petra. After one quick stop for a bathroom break, some shopping and some amazing views, we finally made it to the revered destination. Just made it to the inside of Petra, and we've got 2 kilometers to walk until we get to the main building, the treasury, which is the famous one that you see in all of the photos. I bought this headscarf for $7 US just before we went in. Not because I wanted to appropriate the culture, but because it's really, really hot out here and I had no hat. But I think it looks pretty cool on me. Echo! Our group had a tour guide for the day who explained to us the history and meaning of the different buildings and rock carvings around the UNESCO World Heritage Site.
They don't know how to draw the face. This is the god of life. And look on the left side, down 2 camels coming from the outside the city. This water is from the raining. It was used for daily use, then will be joined down by the sewage. Here it is, the moment that I've dreamed of. I'm about to get to the treasury in Petra.
The treasury was carved out of sandstone during the 1st century AD and was originally built as a mausoleum. The walls of the building still hold stories of its ancient past in bullet holes that can be observed in its face. These bullet holes were created in times when the treasury was looted by Bedouins searching for hidden treasure. It feels so crazy to actually be here. I remember maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, Chelsea and I, my best friend, were at work and we were making vision boards of the things we wanted to do in the future. And Chelsea had put Petra on hers and I'd put Petra on mine, and then Chelsea accused me of copying her, which I didn't. Thank you very much, Chelsea. But it's just amazing that if you really want to do something, you can do anything. And oh my god, I'm here at Petra today. This is incredible.
I don't know where they are, so I'm gonna start it again.
We give you Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson? Can he moonwalk?
Yes, you dance.
Where is that street?
Now look at this, isn't this view just incredible? Looking out over onto the whole ancient city. It's very hot out here. I've just reapplied some sunscreen. My water is practically out of a kettle. I was wondering why on the way in, when we were walking into the entrance, everyone that walking out, their faces weren't just in awe of what they've seen. And I figured it out. It is the heat. It is incredibly hot when you're out there for a couple of hours and you're ready to just go back and get some cold water by the end of it. But wow, there's no words to describe that. Buffet lunch. It's a buffet lunch and look at all this food. Next, we were back off through the desert on our way to Wadi Rum, where I was going to be spending the night. I originally questioned whether I should splash the extra cash to stay in Wadi Rum for the night, but I am so glad that I did. Staying at this camp quickly became the highlight of my time in Jordan, even more beautiful than Petra itself, in my opinion. It's nice to not be carrying my backpack. Nice. I was saying it's nice to not be carrying my backpacks. Got you guys just carrying them along for me.
You're a queen now.
Yeah, it seems like it.
I soon learned that I was the only non-Jordanian staying at the camp for the night, which to me made the experience seem even more authentic. Plus, I got my own private bungalow.
I have a double bed. I was thinking I'd give the carpet a go. Nah, not a magic carpet. Close, but not a magic carpet. How many stars is this place?
3-star hotel here. More lucky.
I was welcomed with open arms by the staff and other lodgers at the camp. We sat and chatted and drank delicious coffees and tea.
I'm climbing up this rock to see the sunset. That's my camp. It's so easy to see why they film movies about the moon and Mars at Wadi Rum, because it feels like you're on another planet when you're here. There's just nothing like this anywhere else in the world. This is one of the most amazing places I've ever seen. I've got my own private sunset here in Wadi Rum. I just climbed up one of these big rock things and now I'm just looking at the sunset in the middle of the desert with no one around and it's silent, apart from my yammering and... Initially I was thinking, do I need to go to Wadi Rum for a night? You need to go to Wadi Rum for a night. This place is spectacular. Should we maybe go roll down some sand dunes? Yeah, we should. I'm walking on the moon. But you just hate it when you get sand in your shoes.
I had a really relaxing evening at camp, watching the sunset, the moon rise, and eating a delicious dinner of zarb, a traditional meal which is cooked underground. It was possibly the most delicious potatoes I've ever tasted. I then went for a nighttime stroll around the desert with some of the other travellers from Jordan. We brought over some of the cushions, tea, and a shisha from the camp, and we sat talking in the moonlight for hours. It was a pretty magical night.
Good morning. I've just woken up for the day in my private camp in Wadi Rum. I don't want to get out of this bed. It's so comfy. And the sheets are so smooth. But I should get up because I've got heaps of activities planned for the day. Let's go. No, just 5 more minutes maybe. Yeah. I really think these sheets must have a thread count of like 1,000,000 billion. They're nicer than any sheets I've even got at home. Today I'm on a tour through the desert of Wadi Rum, and so far it looks like this tour is going to be a private one. Come in, Houston. This is Mars rover Jet Set Jess. I have landed on the Martian planet and I'm now exploring the surface. The temperature is, I don't know how hot, 39 degrees Celsius. Surprisingly more oxygen on the planet than we'd originally thought. I'm not wearing a helmet. Shh, come in again, Houston. My initial assessments of the temperature on the planet were incorrect. It's actually 41 degrees Celsius. Very hot. But this is the location of where they filmed some of the movie The Martian. Shh, over. Listen to how quiet it is out here. I am Matt David! No way. Yeah. It's cold water and you've got soap. So I just found out that that plant that doubles as a soap is also the best food for the camels. So I find it kind of difficult for parent camels these days when you've got baby camels out there swearing and the parents are threatening to wash its mouth out with soap if it swears again. Baby camels just be swearing all day long. All day, every day swearing. Baby camels.
This one-night trip wasn't to be a cheap one. I paid $455 for the total package. I'm sure if you had a little more time to play with, you'd be able to do it on your own for much cheaper. But what that broke down to was $125 in visa and border taxes crossing into Jordan, and included all of the transport between Israel and Jordan, then through Jordan to Petra, and back down to Wadi Rum, and then back to Israel at the end. It also included all of my meals for the trip, which by all accounts were extremely delicious. One overnight private room in the desert, entry tickets into Petra including our walking guide, and then also this guided tour through the Wadi Rum desert. There was a lot packed into these 2 days.
In the wintertime, this area collects water in it, so where the camels come to drink. Apparently sometimes they leave camp on their own, come here, get some water, and then wander back home. Those smart little camels. Echo!
Hi guys.
Hi!
Alright, wow, so clearly I forgot to film an outro for my 1 night and 2 days in Jordan, but that was such an incredible experience for me. I'd always want to go to Petra, but I think at the end of the day my favourite thing was Wadi Rum. Wadi Rum was such a spectacular place. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you did like it, please remember to subscribe to my channel, turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single video, give me a big like or thumbs up, leave a comment for me, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, love you, bye! Mwah.